Hey there, Goobers and Gubbers. I got another reaction video for you guys today. More Animal Kingdom nonsense with more Parz. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.
Australia just found a new record-breaking insect. But before I show
Is that the stick bug?
him to you, how the f do we keep finding new bugs? You see, Australia is home to an estimated 200,000 species of insect, which is pretty damn
Okay, why does Australia have so many damn bugs specifically, bro? What is it with them and bugs? You know what I mean? What the fuck is with the bugs, Australia? You gotta relax with the bugs, okay? All you guys do down there is have bug and venom.
especially when you consider the only place you're going to find more bugs than that is by counting the fucking roach population in Asmongold's walls.
Hey.
Now, the scary part
hell.
of this is that out of that 200k, we've only actually identified 62,000.
Oh.
Meaning that we have no idea what nearly
so many.
3/4 of the bugs in the country actually fucking do.
You're like jazz.
Oh my
So
god.
it should come as no surprise that while exploring Australia's dense rainforests, two scientists discovered a new record holder for the largest insect in the land down under.
And what is it?
It's a fucking stick bug.
Yeah, the stick bug. Here he is.
Acrophila alta.
These guys are
and
crazy.
Coming in at a full 40 centimeters and 44 grams in weight. I don't think that qualifies as a stick insect anymore.
Yeah, this
That's
guy's scary.
fucking Groot. Australia's very own
You better not be a
avatar was
wise ass
discovered
tree
in
when I pull up.
Queensland. Because of course it fucking was. And despite being enough inches in length to make any man jealous, it's actually completely harmless. However, given how many oversized bugs we already have, if we find any more, I think...
Bro, okay. It makes, I'm not even like I'm not big on being scared of bugs and shit like that, you know what I mean? It's not a spider. I'm not big on being scared of bugs, but I just can't imagine like a bug that big and like how it feels to like be on you and touch you or like to feel it, you know what I mean? Like it's like that's scary, you know, like they must feel yucky because like they're just like big and like they're fucking like they got that chitin and shit on them or whatever, and like they just like feel, you know, like a rock, a moving rock.
I think they're gonna send the fucking Helldivers. Is the world's biggest spider.
Yay!
But why the fuck is it that big? Introducing Delphosa blondie, a tarantula surprisingly not native to Australia for once. It's found on the other tyrannid hive continent, South America. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Yeah,
okay, I don't like that.
Fucking huge.
I don't like that.
Coming in at a frightening 175 grams in weight.
Usually, and this is the cool part about these spiders, is usually the bigger they get, the more docile they get, and the less likely they are to do anything scary.
12 inches in leg span. Damn, boy, he's thick. And those legs are not the only place it's packing inches, because Shelob's cousin here is packing fangs that measure a huge inch in length.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Holy, bro.
Length. For scale, that is like a 6-foot human packing canines the length of a fucking ruler.
That ain't right.
The important question, why the fuck is it so big? And the answer is that I have withheld information from you. You see, I introduced this girl by a Latin name. She's much better known as the Goliath birdeater.
I talked about this before, either in this video or another video. I don't know yet, but I talked about it before.
Tarantula. That's right. This EDF-sized spider, not unlike me, would fucking kill for some KFC. Literally.
Yes.
These bile titans will quite happily hunt birds, Remy, frogs, and even lizard. And they do all of this without a fucking web.
Yep.
Yeah, Goliaths are a pure melee build, hunting by prowling the jungle floor, sensing for movement with incredibly sensitive hairs on their legs. These hairs pick up vibrations in the air, which tell them when something is close. And once their spider sense tells them that Remy's in range,
bam!
They fucking jump him, biting him with those daggers they call fangs, and injecting him with fucking neurotoxin.
It's always neurotoxin.
Can I go 1 week without covering neurotoxin? Of course this thing has it.
It's always neurotoxin.
I give up. I give up. They then drag their prey
Always
back to their
neurotoxin.
burrow and spit up acidic digestive juices
what?
in order to suck their prey up through a fucking straw.
Okay. That ain't right. Dissolving them? Dissolving them ain't right, bruh. No. No. I don't want to be dissolved. Can I just say that? I don't want to be dissolved into goo and eaten by a big spider. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be, not the straw sounds. I don't want to be dissolved into goo and eaten by a spider. Is that it? Can we just get an amen to that? You know what I mean? Like quick amen, you know, either in the comments or in chat. Amen to, 'cause I don't want to be turned into a spider smoothie. Like for real.
Spider hunts with jump scares. But
Trapdoor spider.
Introducing the trapdoor spider, a
Yeah, these
family of
guys suck.
arachnid containing hundreds of species found in every continent on the globe. Meaning, yes, for once, this bad boy could be in your backyard, and you'd never know.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
trapdoor spiders are particularly interesting compared to other spiders due to their hunting method. You see, normal spiders tend to spend several hours spinning up some elaborate art piece for a fly to clothesline itself on. And tarantulas just jump shit. But trapdoor spiders, yeah, they hunt with a door. Very early on in life, trapdoor spiders dig themselves a hole. This silk-lined burrow will then serve as its home for basically its entire 20-year lifespan.
Oh no!
They basically
they just stay there.
leave the thing like some neckbeard living in his mum's basement. But they've still got it.
And they just jump out and get you.
Does not deliver to spiders. This burrow
and they just jump out and
as their
get
method
you
for catching food.
And it looks so, because they cover it in like dirt and shit too. They just open that shit up and get you, bro. Like, bro, never reincarnate me as like a fucking beetle. Please don't bring me back as a goddamn beetle. Because I don't want to end up on this guy's doorstep.
You see, they use their silk to craft a trapdoor over the burrow entrance. Then, using their fantastic arts and craft skills, they just bolt a bunch of random shit to their front door so it blends in perfectly with the floor. After finishing their construction project, they will spin up a bunch of basically invisible strands of web on the floor in the surrounding area that act as tripwires, feeding information back to their neckbeard nest whenever something steps on it. And when some unfortunate insect steps a little too close... Money! 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 This bird is a vampire.
Okay. Good opener.
Introducing the vampire ground finch, native to the Goliath Islands, and a great example of the horrifying affronts to the universe that evolution can produce when it decides to do a little.
And these are the birds that like bleed milk or some shit, or I was about to say milk blood. Like that fucking made any sense. But yeah.
Now you see, at first glance, this is the most boring vampire you can possibly imagine. Coming in at a measly 12 centimeters and a mere 20 grams
they like what was I gonna say? Wasn't that like flamingos that like, isn't it like flamingos that like, oh wait, no, these guys are the ones that eat the blood out of flamingos, because flamingos can be in the Galapagos or whatever. They like fucking like go and bite them and like bleed them on like things.
That's kind of small.
Rocking a feather pattern I can best describe as a Minecraft dirt block, and as it turns out, the bastards that wrote Twilight lied to me because it doesn't even fucking sparkle.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm.
Skin of a killer bone.
So if it's missing
that
fangs,
is the skin of a killer.
angst, a cape, and the
Is
funny
cute
accent.
though? No, hang on, give him a minute.
You must bounce on it.
Crazy style.
How does it qualify as a vampire? Simple. Drinks a shitload of blood. You see, most birds eat seeds and insects, and while the vampire finch can eat those too, there is a problem. They live on an island, and that island is very small. In fact, they're only found on 2 of the Galapagos Islands, and small islands means a far smaller amount of that food to go around. To the point where these finches can't rely on it as their sole source, which for a bird usually isn't a problem, because, you know, they don't need a plane ticket to just off and fly somewhere. However, as the name suggests, the vampire ground finch can't fly.
Can't fly, yeah.
So, how do they get their food? They suck it out of someone that can. This, don't laugh.
Yeah. No flamingos. The boobies, bro.
Is the Nazca booby.
Nazca booby.
Hey, stop giggling back there. Another species of bird native to the islands. They are very strong flyers that feed on fish. They also nest on the islands, which is where our feathery Nosferatu comes to play.
Booby.
You see, when the boobies... Stop giggling. Come to roost, the vampire finch will sneak over and hop onto their back. Then, using their razor-sharp beak, they will poke a very small, borderline painless hole into one of the bird's flight feathers. Once the blood is flowing freely, the vampire finch gorge themselves on it. See, as it turns out, blood is macro-friendly. And considering these things are living creatures, they just make more blood. In essence, giving the vampire finch an infinite food source. In fact, they can get so much blood from these birds, it is not uncommon to see multiple finches sucking from the same booby.
Nah, bro, don't be saying that
can't
shit.
Say that shit without cracking.
Yeah, that's just scary, bro. Like, I know it's like this is like a symbiotic relationship, I guess, you know, because I'm pretty sure how it started with them is they found out that they could do this by trying to like clean the other birds, and like they just kind of formed this symbiotic relationship where the big bird thinks that the little bird is helping it and cleaning it, and so they just let it happen. So they get food and the other one thinks it's getting cleaned. So they just kind of live with each other, you know? So it's like, it's still freaky even if it's consensual on both parties, bro.
A lot of people are scared.
Wouldn't it be almost parasitic since it's low-key killing it? It's not, though. It's not, though, B. Because they only prick like one flight feather enough to like draw blood, period, which never ends up actually killing them. Because so they're completely fine, you know. It'd be like the same as like if you like, you know, if you like cut your finger and just kept sucking the blood, you're not gonna die from that, you know. Even if you like do it for an hour, you're not gonna die from that. You're just it's gonna reseal and you're gonna be fine. And then the blood's all gonna, you know, come right back, bro. You'll be fine. So they never end up actually being a parasitic relationship. It's kind of a parasitic relationship if you truly think about it, but in the minds of both these animals, it's a symbiotic relationship because they think they're getting their
snakes. But have you ever wondered what snakes are scared of? The answer is this fucking bird. Introducing the secretary bird, native to
these guys are so goofy.
The continent of Africa, and a prime example that being a hater
so
pays
goofy.
Off. Coming in at 1.3 meters tall and 4.27 kilos in weight, this lanky turkey has been purpose-built, expertly engineered
built
by
in
the gods themselves
with a box of scraps.
With the sole purpose of
kicking the shit out of snakes, because fuck them.
Violating the ever-loving out of any garden hose that so much as looks at it the wrong way.
Yes.
You see, these bad boys are birds of prey, but unlike their cousins in the same category, they are primarily terrestrial, which means they spend most of their time on the ground.
Just waddling around.
Is because their preference for diet is sentient slithering sausages. However, with this thing being endemic to Africa, their preferred meal also just happens to include some of the deadliest predators on the planet. Does this stop the secretary bird?
I like how it has goggles.
No, mate.
It's got like little orange goggles on right now, so you can help see the snake better.
Despite having no natural venom resistance, these absolute fucking giga-chads will eat cobras, boomslangs, and black mambas without breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
But how do they hunt these things without getting bitten?
Here it comes.
Simple. They just kick the out of them.
Yeah, they just stomp on them, bro.
You
That's
see,
all they
those
do is they just
long-ass
stomp
legs
on
aren't
them.
just for show, as a secretary bird is capable of accurately curb stomping a snake's head into the ground with a force equal to
so
5
fucked up.
times their fucking body weight.
No, bro. That picture is diabolical.
So when a secretary bird fancies a bite to eat, they start out by stomping the ground around dense vegetation. This causes snakes in the area to poke their heads out of their houses to see what the is going on. The snake then looks up in horror.
Imagine you're just chilling. You're a BU. You are a snake, bro. You are a snake. And some big ass fuck ass chicken is stomping around your house. And you go peep it out just to see what's up. And the next thing you know, you're getting double stomped into actual like ground paste.
As the secretary bird locks onto him, sprints over at Mach 9, and then... 1A! 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 1A!
I guess you did such a smart thing with that.
Bird is a serial killer.
Jesus Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
I really hate that name.
Introducing the Shrike, a group of
The Shrike already just sounds like the name of like a cryptid that you would like tell like a bunch of Boy Scouts on like a trip out, you know? Like I feel like if you said like, "Oh, look out for the Shrike," it's like that just incites evil. So already, like, this is a good start.
3 friends found all over the world, including the land down under. Now, at first glance, you may be thinking to yourself, how could this sweet little guy be a vicious killer? I mean, he's so tiny. They only grow up to around 30 centimeters and cap their weight out at 90 grams. And on top of being about as...
But what you can actually do is grab them and throw them like a spear and they fly through your chest.
threatening as a fucking teddy bear...
I have that exact...
Look at their claws. A shrike trying to end anything with its talons is like trying to stab a hippopotamus to death with a fucking pool noodle.
Yeah.
Listen to the thing. It sings like it's on American Idol. It's a songbird. A branch geek. You'd never heard a fly. But I'm fucking onto you, Tweety.
You give me a fucking creeps. You know that, Dexter?
You may have everyone else fooled, but I know exactly what you are. Because shrikes actually have another name. They're called fucking butcher birds.
What?
Yeah, that's right. The Dexter joke.
Wait a minute. Are these the little birds that like pick things up and throw them on the thorny bushes to like impale them or whatever?
Actually had a fucking point. You see, when the Bay Harbor butcher bird wants to hunt, they first start by selecting a target.
Tonight's the night.
Now, unlike Dexter, their code tells them they can eat whatever the they want.
Yeah.
Insects, mice, me, even
lizard.
And once they pick their meal,
I think this is it,
they wait for the right moment and swoop on it.
Yeah.
Now, while those claws
It's
might
scary.
be fucking useless, they do have a signature weapon. That tiny hook on the end of their beak. And once they land on their victim,
oh god,
they slide that hook into its neck, perfectly slotting between their vertebrae and severing their fucking spinal cord.
What?
Converting their prey.
No, bro, not this guy. Not this guy. Huh?
Into a vegetable isn't enough. No.
No,
These sick fucks keep trophies. Once they have paralyzed their prey and shattered its spine, they will fly its corpse back to their larder, which is either a thorn bush or a fucking barbed wire fence. And once they get home, they fucking impale them.
Yep. Yep.
They will then leave that corpse there for days, occasionally biting chunks out of it, eating it like leftovers from the fucking fridge. Dexter collected blood slides. These fuckers create kebab.
Yeah, I remember that happened. So I guess these guys are dickheads too. Like, what the fuck, man?
This crab
metal is fucking
is a boxer.
Oh hell yeah!
Agree. That's right. Stepping into the ring.
The boxer crab. I thought it was a cheerleader.
Grams and a huge 2.5.
It looked like it got little. It looked like it got little pom poms. You know, it looked like it got little pom poms.
In length, It's the boxer crab.
I like him. He looks like he's got little, like, cheerleader palms.
You see, while most crabs use their pinchers to feed and defend themselves, the boxer crab has instead elected to spec into CQC and throw fucking hands. And despite their completely average and not at all small size, this fucker fights in the heavyweight division, able to punch out hundreds
There's no shot that he beats this fish's ass.
of times its size. But how does nature's little Mac
No
win
way.
the fights? Well, that's pretty simple. He
Neurotoxin.
cheats.
Neurotoxin.
You see, those little pom-poms aren't a fashion choice. Those are both sea anemones that the boxer crab holds in its claws to use as basically fucking brass knuckles.
Wait. He hijacks poisonous sea anemones and holds them to tickle you with them to kill you. Okay, he's kind of goated for that. They say he cheats? Yeah, he uses sea anemone boxing gloves to tickle you and poison
Now, they
you.
get these anemones by finding other boxer crabs who have them, jumping them, and then claiming them like they are a fucking WWE title belt. If you weren't aware, anemones are venomous plant-like animals that, in order not to get eaten,
These guys have a
sting the
cool,
shit out of
cool
anything
deal.
that touches them. Boxer crabs are immune to that sting, but you bet your ass that everything that tries to eat the boxer crab isn't. So,
yeah.
the crab and the anemone enter into a symbiotic relationship,
Hey.
essentially becoming an aquatic venom, with the anemone getting some of the crab's food and the crab gaining venomous brass knuckles.
That ain't right.
So, whenever a predator
That
gets
ain't
in
right.
the ring with Crab Tyson here, he'll wait for it to get just within striking range.
And then bop it in the nose.
Mr. Squidward, I should kick your fucking ass!
Damn. That's an interesting one right there. That's a fucking interesting one right there. Holy.
Scientists just discovered a new fish. Looks.
Oh man, look at this guy. He looks fake. He honestly doesn't look like a real fish at all. Let's keep it a buck. That guy does not look real. He's made up. He's fake. He's a part of a storybook.
Ridiculous. This is the bumpy snailfish, a freshly discovered species found off the coast of California.
Yo, let's go. My neck of the woods. Not really.
Absolute specimen stick out is that it's a deep sea fish found at a depth of 3 kilometers.
Okay. Can we keep it a $1.50 and just all collectively agree that deep sea is one of the most terrifying, if not the most terrifying things on our planet? Like, for real. Like, deep sea anything is like actual cursed Cthulhu monster garbage that, like, I want it to stay there forever and I never want to be anywhere near it.
And I am here to tell you exactly why. Because once God finished building this thing, he took a step back, looked at it, realized exactly how chopped it was.
No, leave him alone. He's kind of cute, I don't know, in like a weird, charming stuffed animal kind of way.
And punted that thing into the depths of the ocean where no one would ever see it again. Be free! However, thanks to the hubris of mankind, it is here before us today to take the piss out of.
Oh man, is that all he's here for? Is to just point and laugh at? Bro, leave him alone.
I mean, fucking look at it. It is
He's cool.
A profoundly unserious creature. I do not think a single fucking thought has ever spawned behind those eyes.
Bro, not a single thought has spawned behind most
Not
fish's
to
eyes.
mention the fit on it.
They're all dumb.
It looks like an aquatic, uncooked turkey with a fucking smiley face.
Leave him alone.
Coming in at a solid 3 inches in length. Bumpy here is not the only species of snailfish. There's others that look like this. However,
Listen, again, we still have to be reminded that the bony-eared assfish exists out there, and somebody hated this guy enough to name him the bony-eared assfish. Okay, I bring it up. I love bringing this guy up.
unlike his cousins,
Leave him
God
alone.
deemed it so that this poor little would be built like a shaved testicle. The scientific term for a pair of these should be a sack. However, despite the fact that he looks like a sperm cell with a receding hairline, I love
Oh my
him.
God.
He's so cute. Look at that smile. That shit
at
reminds me
him,
of
yeah.
Sackboy on the PS3.
He does. Look, he does look like Sackboy.
I know when they got his ass on camera, he looked at it and went,
You know, when you showed me up, you put some of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little f***ed up. But will you take care of me forever and ever?